So what we're going to do in this part, we're going to just write a function that takes two parameters in there and adds them together. So to do this, I'm going to take the process add and be a little sneaky. So process add is going to call sum two numbers in there. I know that this is going to make you really, really excited. So it's your lucky day. So let's go and create a function called sum numbers. Now, this is going to be something different. Now we're going to pass parameters. So we're going to pass an integer and another integer. So this sum numbers is going to be expecting two numbers that are going to get passed. So it's like if you're saying square root of 4. Well, it's calculating the square root, but you're passing 4 to it. So let's go and what did we call this? Sum numbers. So we're going to go down to the bottom. And now what we have to do is we have integers, but we have to name them here. That's what we're going to use. So we'll just call it number 1 and number 2. So what we're just going to do is now we need a variable called sum. And all we need to do is put sum equals number 1 plus number 2 and return sum. So what does that do? The sum numbers gets information already, so you don't have to input it in here. It adds them together and returns it. So what we're going to do here is instead of doing this, we're going to choose sum equals sum numbers, and we're going to pass num1 plus num1 and then num2. So basically you're giving it what to work on, and now it will calculate it. We're returning sum here. Remember, the sum here is only shown between this bracket and this bracket. It's totally, absolutely different. This sum here is totally different. So let's run it here and see what happens. And we're going to add. So the first one will be 10, and the second one, say 17. So the sum is 27. So that's how it works. These number here, if I were to do this in here, and I'm just to make it so you understand the difference, I'm going to make this num1 and num2, make it exactly the same as here. So I can show you that it doesn't change. So if I were to go num1 equals 10. And what we're going to do here is see out num1. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the value of num1. But remember, this num1 is only a copy of this. It's not the same thing. So this num1 here exists only between here and here. There are ways that you can make them change, but I don't want to get into that kind of parameter right now by passing by reference, because then you actually pass the address, which is easy. You just put the ampersand sign in there. So notice that we're going to change this to 10, so we need to make sure that num1 is not 10. And we'll enter and make it 15 and 40. So 15 sum is 50 and 15. So notice that it did not change to 10. It's still 15.